Welcome to the Tiny Bites of Business podcast, where we take practical, implementable tools and strategies and pack them into bite-sized episodes. I'm your host, Sarah Wooden. Let's talk about systems, streamlining, and business strategy. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode. I've perhaps got a little bit of a bee in my bonnet today, and I want to talk about money today because this is something that I've been seeing a lot of recently, and I don't think it's helpful. So there's a couple of things here. One is the amount of businesses that are using their revenue as signaling for how good their business is. The revenue is actually irrelevant. If your revenue is generated on 70% ad spend, it's not profit. So we really need to be really careful of feeling insignificant when we see other businesses wave that little flag saying, I generated $1 million business, when actually that was done over the course of 20 years. And that's revenue, not expenses, not marketing, not advertising, not any of the rest of it. It has absolutely no correlation to how much they have paid themselves. So the first thing is being really clear about when we're talking about revenue versus profit, revenue versus income, revenue versus how much you're actually paying yourself, or how much another business is actually paying themselves when they're talking about this magic revenue number. So that's the first thing. The second thing is there are so many of these magical calculators out there which calculate based upon you only want to work 15 hours a week and you want to work 40 weeks a year, and your goal is, let's say, $60,000 a year, well, then you need to be charging this much. And they spit out this hypothetical number based purely on this calculation of, well, if this is your goal income and this is how many hours you can put into your business per year, well, then this is the dollar value for how much you need to charge. But again, this is only looking at the revenue. We are not actually counting tax or expenses in that figure. So let's reverse engineer this for a little moment. If you have software that you are using in your business, if you are using a bookkeeping system, if you are using Canva, if you are using a recording system, if you are using a project management system, an email marketing system, anything that is an expense, this needs to be taken into account when you are working out how much you need to charge in order to be able to pay yourself. If you are attending conferences, if you are paying for coaching, if you are in memberships, these are also figures that you need to count as well. So I really, really want to encourage us, especially as women, because I think we are more prone to this because we are so good at putting ourselves on the bottom of the list. We sometimes don't even show up in the factors when we're trying to work things out. We're so busy trying to serve everyone else and not upset anyone else and not make anyone else uncomfortable that we don't think about these figures. So if you have an income goal of how much you want to earn, please don't look at these calculators as the number that you need to charge, because it is only going to be looking at revenue. You need to understand how much your business is costing you, how much your memberships and personal development and training and conferences are costing you, how much all the software is costing you. You need to understand these things and count these into your hourly figure. It is the only way it is going to work for you. So excuse my ranting a little bit today, but yeah, it's and these people who are putting these calculators out, they are amazing, wonderful business people who understand so much about business in complexities that perhaps I don't yet understand myself. But I really think that we can have this conversation better. I really think that it is time that we looked at these figures and stopped just looking at this magic figure of, I want to earn this much, so I need to charge this much, because that is only ever going to be looking at the revenue, and it cannot take into account, based upon that simple equation, take into account how much you can pay yourself once you have paid for your expenses. I hope my little rant has been helpful. This is your permission slip to actually have a look at how much you are spending on a monthly basis. Go and start a list of the memberships you're in, of the software that you're using, of the conferences that you want to go to. How much it is costing you across a period of, let's say, 2, 3, 4 years, the lifespan of the average laptop, how much are you going to need to budget on new hardware, new microphone, new lighting, new keyboards, new whatever else you need? Have a look at some of those figures of what the expense actually is. Because until you understand that figure, you can't just reverse engineer this magic number and go, well, if I charge $120 an hour, well, then I'm going to hit my target goal. Because you need to understand expenses and taxation to be able to come up with that number. Have a go at making that list. Let me know what you find, if it was a little bit confronting or if your current charge rate actually incorporates all of those things and still leaves you earning more than minimum wage. This is something we have to stop being okay with. Is if we are asking businesses to show up for $35, $40 an hour, by the time they take out their software and their expenses, they are earning less than minimum wage. And that is not okay. No one walks away from a business that has sucked them dry to create a business working for themselves with all the extra pressure and responsibilities, with all the extra work and stuff going on in their brain that they're keeping up with, to walk away with less than minimum wage. Let's stop making that okay. And the first step to do that is starting with understand how much our business is actually costing and then building that into how much we actually have to charge. Good luck. We'll talk soon. Bye. Hey, thanks for joining me for another episode. I hope that was really helpful and you've come away with a new idea or a bite-sized strategy to implement. My goal is that every episode is going to be kept short and powerful, but so doable. That's my goal, because I know that you're really busy, but there's only so much that I can share with you in a few minutes. So if you're looking for further support, please get in touch and let's chat with how we might be able to work together in the future. I know that you have so much that you can offer the world, and I would love to be part of helping you get that out there. I hope to talk to you soon. Bye.